I loved my Firehouse coworker in secret until he found my journal. Nobody joins a fire station thinking they'll fall in love with a guy who smells like smoke and danger. But here I am watching him pull off his turnout gear like it's a goddamn slow-motion movie, and praying he never finds out what I wrote about him in that damn journal. You ever try to hide a crush from someone who literally shares your locker room? I did, for 2 years. And it worked until the journal went missing. I met Elliot Morgan the day I walked into Station 17, scrawny and nervous, straight out of training with a duffel bag and zero muscle tone. He didn't say much that day, just looked at me, eyes like blue steel, and gave a nod. But something in my chest stirred. Maybe it was awe. Maybe it was the beginning. Elliot wasn't like the other guys. Quiet, composed. He didn't join in when the crew cracked sexist jokes or made dumb bets. He just cleaned the rig, checked the hoses, and stood like a damn statue when fire was licking at our boots. People respected him. I adored him. I don't even know when it started, when admiration turned into obsession. But by month 6, I had a whole notebook full of him. March 14th. He passed me the wrench and our fingers touched. I swear my skin lit up. He probably didn't feel a thing. April 2nd. Elliot laughed today. Really laughed. I almost dropped my damn helmet. May 7th. I dreamed about him again. We were alone in the bunk room. I told him. He said he knew. He kissed me like he was drowning. Yeah. I know how it sounds. But when you love someone in silence, words become your only kiss. So I wrote. I wrote everything I couldn't say, then hid it like a coward. Until the night of the Walnut Street fire. It was a 4-alarm blaze. One of the worst we'd seen. Roof caved. Elliot went down trying to get a trapped kid out. I thought I lost him. We dragged him out coughing blood. Burned along his right arm. Still conscious barely. He gripped my hand and whispered something like, "Did he make it?" I nodded, crying harder than I should have. I didn't care if the crew saw. I just needed him alive. He went into surgery that night. I stayed at the hospital all week. Slept in the waiting room. Wrote pages and pages about him in that goddamn journal. And then somewhere between coffee runs and mental breakdowns, I lost it. I turned my room upside down. Drove back to the station. Tore through my bunk. Nothing. It was gone. A week later, Elliot was discharged. Wrapped in gauze. Thinner. Quieter than usual. He didn't speak to me much. Then came the shift from hell. Just me, him, and 2 rookies. Things were quiet. Too quiet. Around midnight, I found him alone in the kitchen. Reading. No. Reading it. He didn't even look up. Just held the book open and said, "How long?" My legs buckled. "Elliot." "How long, Noah?" Couldn't breathe. "Since. Always." He shut the journal. "You wrote about everything. Even that day I burned my hand and didn't tell anyone. You noticed that?" "I notice everything about you," I said. It just spilled out, like my chest couldn't hold it anymore. His face twitched, a strange mix of anger and pain. "You should have told me," he whispered. "I was scared." "Of me?" "No, of losing you." The silence that followed was volcanic. He stood, came toward me, and for a second, I thought he might punch me. Or worse, walk away. But Elliot Morgan doesn't do things halfway. He pressed his forehead to mine and whispered, "You idiot. You really thought I didn't know." My world cracked open. "I read the part where you dreamed I kissed you," he said. "You were wrong." My heart sank. "I don't kiss in dreams." His lips touched mine. "I do it for real." We kissed like 2 men who'd held their breath for years. It was clumsy, desperate. My hands trembled against his jaw. His arms, even injured, wrapped around me like he'd been waiting his whole life. And then he said something I'll never forget. "I read every page, Noah. I know your heart better than my own now." I pulled back, eyes glassy. "So are we insane?" "We run into burning buildings for a living," he said. This is the safest risk I've ever taken." Since that night, everything changed slowly, carefully. We started leaving little notes. Stupid things. "Coffee's on. Shift's hell. Still worth it because you're here." No more hiding. Just subtle touches. A squeeze on the shoulder. A shared look during lineup. It wasn't perfect. We still kept it low-key. The station wasn't ready. The world wasn't always kind. But in our little bubble late nights, shared bunkroom silence, the flicker of the TV light, we built something. One night, weeks later, I found a new notebook in my locker. Blank. On the first page, written in Elliot's sharp scrawl. Write our story now. So I did. I'm still doing it. Because sometimes, love begins in the margins. But when it's real, it writes itself into the center. And sometimes, the man you think would never look at you already has. Every damn day. Just waiting for you to hand him the pen. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.